Today on This Is Truly News, Scott will say, let's hope not. If you'd like to hear
Trying to figure out
Scott's,
how I'm going to repeat that.
if you'd like to hear Scott say, that wasn't it. Why do I keep thinking of Paddington when Mr. Brown is trying to speak bear? Just, that was rude. Anyway, if you would, please like, subscribe, and follow This Is Truly News. If you like us, you have to do that. And if you don't like us, just do it out of pity.
There we go.
We're okay with the pity vote.
A pity like I'm good
follow.
with.
Thank you.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
The recent, missed it by that much, by the way. The recent UN climate
That wasn't it either.
in Glasgow.
You were now saying three different things.
And yeah, well, there's somebody somewhere going, oh my Lord. Recent UN climate
Mostly
summit
they're just
in
people clicking away going, yeah, this is...
Glasgow. It's so boring and not funny. Was predictably branded our last chance to tackle climate catastrophe and save humanity.
Really? Last one.
Oh, it's the last one. This time we mean it.
We mean it. Yeah.
U.S. climate envoy John Kerry warned that we may have only
Who?
9 years. John Kerry.
The former senator?
Yes.
VP candidate type person?
Yeah, he's now the U.S. climate envoy.
Isn't that special?
And we have only 9 years left to avert most of catastrophic global warming.
Cool. You know what I know now?
What?
I'm going to live to be at least 10 more years.
Right? Now, let's track this back a little bit.
Please?
3 years ago, Britain's Prince Charles announced we had just 18 months left to fix the change.
Yeah.
10 years
The
earlier.
good news is he is old. The bad news is look how old his mom was.
Yeah, right. 10 years earlier, he told an audience that he had calculated that we had just 96 months left to save the world.
Hang on, 12 into 96. So we only had 58.
Right. In 2004, a major UK newspaper told us that without drastic action, climate change would destroy civilization by 2020.
Well, you know, he's partially right. I mean, civilization,
Is destroying itself,
pretty much.
but it's not the climate.
No.
European cities would be sunk beneath rising seas. Britain would be plunged into a Siberian climate, and mega droughts and famines would lead to widespread rioting and nuclear war.
Wow. There's a name for a band, Mega Drought.
In 1989, the head of the United Nations Environment Program declared we had just 3 years to win or lose the climate struggle.
Monsoon Drought. That would be a name for a band.
Predicting planetary devastation as complete and irreversible as any
Ooh.
nuclear holocaust by the year 2000.
Okay. Well, obviously that was true.
Hang on, let's take one more step back.
There's more?
At the first UN Environment Summit in Stockholm in 1972,
Oh, jeez.
the organizer and later first UN Environment Program director warned that the world had just 10 years to avoid catastrophe. So that would have been 1982.
Crap. Why do I have kids then?
Yeah, right. 1972, the world also was rocked by the first global environmental scare, the so-called Limits to Growth report. The authors predicted that most natural resources would run out within a few decades, while pollution would overpower humanity. All the time, the future was described by Time magazine as a desolate world with few gaunt survivors tilling freeway center strips, hoping to raise a subsistence crop. Life magazine expected urban dwellers will have to wear gas masks to survive air pollution by the mid-1980s. Wake up, you.
What? I've heard all
Tony,
this before. Over
it's your turn.
And over and over.
I'm just trying to point out here that
We should all be dead 17 times and we're not.
they've been wrong the whole time.
Every
Stop
time.
listening to them.
Thank you. But Scott, the science.
Well, I did follow the science. And when the science was proven wrong, I changed my view.
For the first time in years, Denmark has achieved something I would have thought impossible. They did not record a single bank robbery in the country.
Is it because they don't have banks?
Well, no, it's just there wouldn't be much point. You see, cash transactions in Denmark have become virtually obsolete, Danes increasingly opt to use cards and smartphones for their payments.
Okay.
So Danish Bank Employees Union on Tuesday welcomed the news that 2020
Well, that's how they'd say it in Denmark. It's
last year had been robbery free.
2022.
Mess with me, 2022, will you? It's just amazing, said spokesman Steen Lund-Olsen. Wow. Got to have three names to get all those
In
Norwegian
Danish,
names.
I assume.
Danish names in there, yeah. It's just amazing because robberies put an absolute extreme strain on the affected employees every time they happened. Yeah, that's the problem.
Imagine that.
Finance Denmark, the Bank Sectors Association, said only about 20 bank branches across the country have any cash holdings. But then the number of bank branches has fallen. There were 219 back in 1991.
Okay.
56 in 2021. So in 30 years, they lost a lot.
Look what global warming has done to the Danish banking system.
See? The Danish banking system will be dead in 18 months because of global warming.
On to Quora questions. And these are just the questions.
There you go. No, not the answers.
Right?
Because the answers are probably hardly ever actually.
I have been washing my face with my own urine for the past 2 weeks. My eyes have become all red and puffy. What could be the problem?
Please reread your first sentence. Go from there.
How much does it cost?
This person believes climate change will kill us. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So,
Yeah.
and they're.
Do you ever notice, even on apocalyptic movies and TV shows,
Yeah.
that's not something people ever do, you idiot.
Well, what was what was the one? Dr.
Waterworld.
Strangelove. They had him, you got to return your precious bodily fluids. You remember Dr. Strangelove?
Vaguely.
Okay. Well,
I know everyone thought it was very funny. I thought it was just dumb.
yeah, well, yeah.
Much like Waterworld.
It's
but
dumb
everyone
fun.
agreed with me there.
I watch Waterworld. It's dumb
Although-
fun.
It is.
Yeah.
But remember, they apparently take urine and turn it into fresh water.
Yes. How much does it cost to ship U.S. a 15-pound frozen skunk?
How stupid do you have to be to ask how much it would cost U.S. to ship a 15-pound frozen skunk?
There you go, answering a question with
Got another question.
Yeah.
Why do you have a frozen 15-pound frozen skunk?
Yeah. Hey, what's the name of the Mozart composition that starts dun da 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 dun 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 dun?
I don't know. If Bugs Bunny didn't do it, I have no idea.
I have near genius IQ. How can I prevent interactions with inferiors from eroding my intelligence?
Talk to anyone.
Yeah, stop talking to yourself because you're a jerk.
And an idiot, despite your IQ.
And finally, I feel sorry for this one.
Yes, you do.
If a guy doesn't know how to ride a bike, could any girl love him?
No.
I'm guessing he's 6. But
could be 4. 2 people in Florida were arrested after one of them made a 911 call to get help with moving their belongings from a home. A home they were burglarizing, authorities say. Anybody see a flaw in this plan? Deputies respond. Yeah, I'm pretty much sure everyone does. Deputies responded to a home after a 911 call was made, but nobody spoke. The Polk County Sheriff's Office said at the home, the deputies concluded that nobody lived there, but they did find a male suspect and his girlfriend inside the home after entering through an unlocked door. Deputies had been searching for the male suspect after identifying him from a security video as a burglar at a Dollar General in Poinciana, Florida. So he's a big timer.
our 58th story about Florida men today.
And girl. So it's
Yeah,
Florida
there.
men and girl.
Ooh.
There were several items that were stolen earlier in the day, the sheriff's office said in a statement from the Dollar General. And we're talking basically be an Orlando suburb. While talking to deputies, the female suspect told them that she had called 911 for the purpose of having law enforcement help them move their belongings from the house they were burglarizing. This is why Florida men usually do their crimes alone, because Florida girls
just aren't helping him.
Not at all.
And then she said to him, she turned to him and she said, "Here, eat this apple."
They also wanted. It could have been a pomegranate. We don't know.
There we go. Yeah.
They also wanted to get a ride to the airport so they could spend the weekend in New York.
Oh, that would be so nice. New York this time of year makes its own slush.
According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, the deputies did help them with their belongings and did give them a ride, but they didn't quite get to the airport. They are welcome to stay there all weekend long. The Polk Pokey is much better than New York anyway. The male suspect charged with burglary and theft related to the store and burglary of a residence. The female suspect was charged with burglary of a residence and just not being very bright, according to the sheriff's office. Being stupid were a crime. That girl would never see the light of day. Ever.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.